Welcome to Gripping Tales. Are you ready for today's video? It starts now.
You know that feeling when you're scrolling through old files on your computer and you find something that shouldn't exist? Well, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you will make you question everything you think you know about time, fate, and free will. My name is Marcus, and 3 weeks ago I discovered a video file on my laptop that changed my life forever. Actually, scratch that. It ended my life forever. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It was a typical Friday evening. Rain hammering against my apartment windows, the kind of night that makes you grateful to be inside with a hot cup of coffee and nowhere to be. I was cleaning up my hard drive, deleting old downloads, and organizing photos, when I stumbled across a folder I'd never seen before, just sitting there in my documents, labeled with today's date. But from next year. Yeah, you heard that right. The folder was dated March 15th, 2026. It's currently March 2025. In case you're wondering if I've lost track of time along with my sanity. Now, I'm not some tech novice who gets spooked by a glitched timestamp. I work in IT. I know computers inside and out. File dates can get corrupted, sure, but this was different. The folder contained a single MP4 file, and when I saw the file name, my blood ran cold. Marcus Final Moment MP4 inches. My finger hovered over the mouse for what felt like an eternity. Every rational part of my brain was screaming at me to delete it, to run a virus scan, to call it a sick prank from one of my colleagues. But curiosity, that fatal human flaw, won out. I double-clicked. The video quality was crystal clear, shot from what appeared to be a security camera mounted high on a wall. The timestamp in the corner read, March 15th, 2026, 11:47 p.m. And there I was, clear as day, standing in what looked like an abandoned warehouse I'd never seen before. But here's where it gets really messed up. I was wearing the exact same clothes I had on right then. The blue flannel shirt with the small coffee stain on the sleeve that I'd gotten that morning. The jeans with the frayed hem. Even the watch my grandfather left me. And then I watched myself die. I won't go into all the gory details. This isn't that kind of story, but what I saw was brutal and final. In the video, future me seemed to be running from something, panic written across his face. I stumbled, fell, and then darkness. The timestamp froze at 11 hours, 47 minutes, and 33 seconds p.m. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely pause the video. This had to be some kind of elaborate deepfake, right? Some sick joke using AI to superimpose my face onto some random person's body? But the more I studied it, the more convinced I became that this was really me. Every mannerism, every expression, the way I moved, it was all authentically, impossibly me. I slammed the laptop shut and spent the rest of the night pacing my apartment, trying to rationalize what I'd seen. Maybe I was having a breakdown. Maybe the stress from work had finally cracked my brain. Maybe I'd fallen asleep at my desk and this was all just a nightmare. But when I woke up the next morning, the file was still there. And that's when the coincidences started. You know how sometimes you learn a new word and then suddenly you hear it everywhere? Well, imagine that, but instead of a word, it's elements from your own death video appearing in your daily life. First, it was small things. I'd never heard of Blackwood Industrial District before watching that video, but suddenly it was everywhere. On a billboard during my commute, mentioned in a news article, even in a spam email about warehouse space for rent. Coincidence, right? Then I got a call from my cousin Danny, who I hadn't spoken to in 2 years. Hey Marcus, he said, I know this is random, but I'm starting a new photography business and I need someone to help me scout some locations. There's this cool abandoned warehouse in Blackwood. I hung up on him so fast he probably thought I'd been kidnapped. But sure. Let's chalk it up to the universe's twisted sense of humor. I mean, it's not like I was receiving a cosmic invitation to my own death or anything. The really fun part started when I realized I was unconsciously making choices that aligned with the video. I bought that blue flannel shirt 3 days after watching the footage, and I swear I had no memory of seeing it in the video when I picked it off the rack. It wasn't until I got home that the connection hit me. So naturally, I decided to fight back. If this was some kind of predetermined fate, I was going to break the chain. I threw away the shirt, changed my usual routines, even booked a vacation to Thailand for March 15th, 2026. No way I could die in some warehouse if I was sipping cocktails on a beach halfway around the world, right? Wrong. The flight got canceled due to a mechanical issue. My backup flight was delayed indefinitely. It was like the universe itself was conspiring to keep me exactly where I needed to be for my appointment with death. But I'm not a quitter. I dyed my hair black, started working out, even took self-defense classes. I studied that video, frame by frame, memorizing every detail so I could avoid them. I wasn't going to let some cosmic horror movie script dictate my life. The problem was, the more I tried to change things, the more they seemed to fall into place. Fighting the future became a full-time job. And, ironically, that obsession began isolating me from friends and family. I quit my job to focus on research. I stopped sleeping properly. I became paranoid, jumpy, constantly looking over my shoulder. In trying to avoid becoming the terrified man in that video, I was becoming him. 3 days ago, I made a horrifying discovery. I was going through the video again, probably the 100th time, when I noticed something I'd missed before. In one frame, just before everything went dark, there was a reflection in a piece of broken glass on the warehouse floor. A laptop screen. My laptop screen. The reflection showed someone watching the video. Someone watching me watch my own death. The angle was perfect. I could see everything, the person's face, their clothes, even the time on their screen. It was me, present me, sitting in my apartment, watching the footage. That's when it all clicked into place. The video wasn't just showing my death, it was showing the exact moment I was watching it. This whole time, I thought I was seeing the future, but I was actually looking at a closed loop. The video existed because I was watching it, and I was watching it because the video existed. But here's the kicker. In that reflection, I could see the timestamp on my laptop. March 15th, 2026, 11:47 p.m., the exact moment of my death in the video. Which means, I die while watching my own death. So here I am. It's March 15th, 2026, 11:46 p.m. I'm sitting in my apartment, not in some warehouse like I thought. The video is paused on my screen, waiting for me to press play one final time. I finally understand now. This was never about preventing my death. It was about understanding it. The warehouse, the running, the fear. It was all metaphor. The real prison wasn't some predetermined fate. It was the obsession itself. For almost a year, I've been slowly dying. Dying socially, emotionally, mentally. I've pushed away everyone I cared about, abandoned my career, my dreams, my life. I've been so focused on avoiding death that I forgot to live. The man in that video wasn't running from some external threat. He was running from himself. From the choice to keep watching, to keep living in fear of a future that only existed because he believed in it. But you know what? I'm not him anymore. I don't have to be the terrified man in that video. Right now, in this moment, I have a choice. I can close this laptop, delete this file, and walk away. I can call Danny back, apologize to my friends, get my life back on track. I can choose to live instead of just avoiding death. The timestamp on my laptop reads 11:47 p.m. Time's up. But I'm not afraid anymore, because I just realized something incredible. The person who made this recording, who somehow sent it back in time to torture me with knowledge of my own death. It was future me, a version of myself who survived, who learned to manipulate time, who wanted to teach present me the most important lesson of all. That the only death worth fearing is the one you create by being afraid to live. I'm reaching for the laptop now, my finger hovering over the delete key. In the reflection of my screen, I can see someone behind me, someone I didn't expect. It's you. You've been watching this whole time, haven't you? Listening to my story, waiting for the ending. But here's the thing about stories like this. They don't end when the narrator stops talking. They end when you stop listening.
Thanks for watching. Every ending hides the beginning of another tale, and ours is already on its way. Stay tuned. You'll find the next chapter right here, and soon.